So let's create a bot that can recognize our sentiments or actually perform a sentiment analysis, okay, on what we write. So for this, we require a text block package. So let's install the package pip install text block. Okay. And the text block is a library for processing textual data, okay, providing a simple API for common natural language processing tasks such as part of speech, tagging, noun, phrases, extraction, and sentiment analysis like classification, translation, and more. Okay, used to work with text analysis. Okay, so now we have installed this library. So let's execute our program. So this project is going to look like this. Okay, as soon as we run it, it will have a bot that says enter some text and it will perform a sentiment like any text. Let's give a text today. I'm not uh, feeling well. Okay, so see, so we have got one emoji, and here we got an score. It is showing 0.0 means neutral. Okay, so any other text we can write here, like I am happy, and the bot should give you the sentiment analysis, so followed by the polarity. Okay, polarity rating, like from 1 minus negative and positive ratings. And if we can say like this sucks, so we'll get a mad face here because it is the sentiment of what we wrote. Okay, like this sucks. See this angry emoji we got, and we got the polarity in negative. Let's give another example. What we can say, I feel okay. So here there is it saw that it is just a average polarity rating, okay, 0.5. So it is going to rate it as neutral. But the sentiment analysis bot is just a fun way to show you how sentiment analysis can be done. So let's create it. Let me create a Python file. So let's create this from scratch, and the first thing you want to install the text block package, as I already showed you. So from text block, let's terminate this. Okay, from text block, import the text block class. Okay, and for this we require a data classes also, data frames to work with data class, data classes, import data class. And why we are importing this data class library? Okay, because to work with a data class decorator that automatically generate a special method such as init wrapper for a class. It simplifies the creation of classes that primarily store data. Okay, that's why we are using this data class. Okay, now let's use the param data class, and here let's create a class for mood. Okay, that detects the sentiments, and two outputs. So we want to return first is emoji. Okay, and emoji, let's take a string format. Okay, and the second is sentiment. And here sentiment in a float value, that the value we are getting right, 0.51 or something else. So yeah. Now let's create a function which detect moods, get mood. Okay, and here what we require first is input text of user. Okay, in string format. Then here asterisk means any other attributes, and then sensitivity. Okay, it will return the mood. Okay, this function. So polarity, let's use the values. Okay, text block, it will analyze from your input text, and it will use sentiments dot polarity values. Now let's define the polarity values, like friendly threshold value, sensitivity and the hostile threshold. Here why we create this polarity. So we are going, because it is going to take the float type, which will use the text blob with the input text, and it's going to get the sentiment dot polarity back. Then we need to create a thresholds. So here we can type in a friendly threshold type of float. Okay, it will return the float value, and that's going to equal the sensitivity. Okay, here like when we insert some text, for example, let me again run this program. For example, if we run this program and we give the text I am happy, okay, and it gave a score of 0.8, okay, which is a quite high rating because this ranges from -1 to 1. Okay, this is the hostile threshold and this is the friendly threshold. Okay, and happy we are, so the mid range is 0 and that will return a neutral. I think somewhere we provided a sensitivity threshold is 0.5. Okay, so that's why. So by default it is set this to 0.3 in this program here, because I think 0.3 is a good rating, and if it's above 0.3 it is going to be positive, and if it is below 0.3 if it is below 0.3 it is going to be negative. Okay, but anything between 0.3 and positive 0.3 it is going to be considered neutral. So here let's duplicate this. So let's duplicate this equal to sensitivity, and here the value should be in negative. Okay, so if polarity is less than equal to friendly threshold, then return mode. Okay, and let's give emoji here. Okay, and here let's give the polarity value. And elif polarity is less than equal to hostile threshold, then it will return mode. And here if it is polarity is less than equal to hostile threshold, then it will return the mad phase. And the polarity score. Else return mode that neutral. Polarity. Now let's create a function to run a bot. Okay, here it will print bot. Okay, enter some text. So it will ask a user to enter some text. So they enter some text, and I will sentiment. Then let's create a while loop while true. Okay, means it will continuously ask a user to enter a text, and you can import a sys module and you can use a sys.exit. Like if user enters exit, then it will exit your program. Okay, and you can also use the try and exit block to catch and for error handling. So here. let's call this function get mood here. And what inputs it's require? Input text. So user input. And then sensitivity. And gave it 0.5. Okay, let's assume 0.5. A higher polarity. And it will print okay, it will return emoji first and then sentiments. Now for main function to execute if say this our program is ready now. Here we'll get the text, enter some text, and I will perform sentiment analysis on it. So here you need to enter your text. Okay, any text, any guess, something. Hello. Say some text. I will enter here.
I am happy.
Okay, see it returns I score 0.8 polarity, and with this emoji. Okay. Above 0.5 value, it means you are happy enough. Okay, your mood is fine or you are happy. And if it is below 0.5 or in negative value like minus 0.5 or something, it means you are not happy. Okay, your mood is not good now. So here you can modify this program as per your own using try exit log. Okay, using some like value to exit this program, like if user enter exit, then it will quit your program. Okay, and something else you can use, because in earlier programs like dice simulator, image downloader, number guessing, right, in QR code, we have used so many things and other modules also like this. So any question, any doubt till now? Our program is completed, of course. And this polarity means like it depending on how sensitive you want it, like 0.1 being super sensitive and 0.9 being like this here. Above the 0.5 being like super sensitive and extremely insensitive. So this is just your sensitivity value. Okay, and that's up to you.
Uzair, I have a question. Sorry, I joined late. Maybe you might have answered that already. How is it reading the keywords like happy, ecstatic, surprised, with the mood data, with the text blob thing, right? The text blob.
Yes.
Text blob. So the text blob will have a dictionary of all these words, which is setting its value automatically. What if there is the word doesn't exist in its dictionary, or that will never happen? You're getting my point, right?
Yes. That will happen, but in very rare case, because text blob is a Python library built on top of NLTK. If you know about NLTK, is a natural language toolkit. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I don't
pattern
know
libraries for processing textual data. So in a Python, text blob, it provides you a simple API, common natural language processing. For example, you ever use Grammarly, right? Or any other dictionary tools?
But basically, it will have mostly all the words.
Yes, mostly yes, all the words.
So let's say you use a non-English language. Let's say you write in Hindi, right? Or you write in Spanish, right? Will it also detect language, or this is only English?
No, this is only English.
Okay.
For to support other language, you need to use another Python libraries. Yes.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay.
And as far as I know, this NLP, it's supposed to it's mainly focused on English. Okay. And it also supports some other languages like Spanish, German, but for that you need to extract another like classes of this library. So
okay.
Because Python itself provided you other classes if you want to work with another languages.
And one more thing, like because I had some work, so I probably missed that. What is the use of writing the @data class?
Yes, @data class, no.
The line number 5. Why are we writing that at all? Like, what will happen if I hash that, basically?
if you hash that, see. Okay, let me explain this. This is a decorator. If you know about decorators in Python, right?
Little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So if you go through the decorator, then it will then you'll get about this. Okay, data class. It is simply for creation of class that primarily stores data. Here we are using this class, right? We are not defining any. See this. We are using this emoji, right?
Right.
Hello, and the sentiments. To work with all this data, na, you need data class. Otherwise, you need to here you need to specify the value of emoji and sentiments also.
Which you will do by self, right? We can
Yes.
do by self, right?
Yes, we can do by self. But if we are using this text blob, na, so that it will fetch a value automatically, that's why we are using this decorators.
Okay. So my question is, like, I understand a little bit. So my question is, when do you decide when you are
Mhm.
coding this that let's use data class or let's use self? You're understanding what I'm trying to ask, right? How what will be the instinct of like what will happen if I use self here?
Then
It'll
here,
still work.
yes, yeah, it
Right.
will still work. Then here you need to give the values. Then like here you need to mention self
Correct.
and
Self,
then emoji and then the sentiments. Okay.
Correct.
Yes. And if you don't want to use that, then you can directly use decorators.
But there's no difference as such, right? Output wise or usage wise. That there's nothing like you can
Yes,
not
there is
use
no
self
yes,
here.
yes, there is not that much difference, but it is used to reducing the boilerplate typically required such classes. So that's it.
Okay. Because I never use this. I always use
Yes.
self so
Yes.
far. So I was just thinking, if this is better, we'll start using this only, right?
Yes, it is better. You can start using this.
Yeah.
If you ever write a Python scripts now, like for automation, so mainly in automation we use these datagrams. Otherwise,
Right. So one more thing is in your getMood function, you have a star in the second parameter, right? Which is a
yes,
variable input, like whatever you want to put in
Yes.
variable input, correct?
yes.
In the
Like
getMood.
in getMode function, the data class we use right here.
Correct.
Decorator is used to create a class mode. So here the data class decorator is applied to mode, right? So that's why we
Right.
use it.
Right. But
Automatically
when you're
generates
calling,
special methods, so that's why it automatically takes.
correct. But when you're calling it come down, you're passing two variables, right?
Yes, we are
So
passing
where,
only two variables.
right, the star is basically then, let's say you don't put a star there. Let's go up once. I'm just asking weird questions. I'm sorry, but I'm just.
No. It's a good question. Like, okay,
If you don't put a star there, what will happen?
so let's check now. Okay, what will happen? Let me terminate the session. Stop. Now say any word.
Happy or sad.
Okay, see, it works.
Right. So what was the use of that star? Like, I'm just thinking. You're like, what were you thinking when you were putting? I'm just wanting to. I want to know the thought process, right? When we use it, so that because that is more important than writing code. You're understanding, right?
Yes. So I'm understanding. So here now in getMode function we use asterisk. So it is a parameter list to indicate that all the parameters following must be specified as keyword arguments. Here we are
Right.
using the keywords arguments.
Right.
Okay, and if you don't put a star here now, so
Right.
then you can simply come below and here delete this and you can directly give the value 0.5. You don't need to here give the parameter name like
Keyword value.
sensitivity.
It's better.
That's it.
Which is better,
Yes.
right? Ah, okay.
Which is better,
Perfect.
but most probably most of the people don't know why we are giving the value here and what value is the 0.5.
right,
So it
right,
is better to give the parameter
Keyword.
name as well. Yes,
Got it,
keyword.
got it.
So that's why we
So if you have multiple keywords, let's say,
yes,
that
yes.
star will work.
Yeah,
Then you need to do.
that star will work. Yes. So that's why I put a star there.
Okay.
And if we remove a star, then no need to give the here keyword for the parameter name.
Sure. Makes sense. Thanks, Sujay.
Yes. Any other question? What is the meaning of polarity and subjectivity? We used only polarity here. So here polarity refers to the emotional tone or sentiments, okay, expressed in a piece of text. So what the piece of text we are giving? So okay, it refers to the emotional tone or sentiments. It is measured so whether the text expresses positive, negative, or neutral sentiments. So that's why we are using the values. And these values is up to you what value you want to give. Like for example, let's raise it to 0.8. Okay. So we can type that again. We can type here. Let's rerun this program. I am happy. Okay. So see that it is going to write data neutral because it has the it has to be above or equal 0.8. Okay, happy. And if you put here, I'm sad. 0.5 or very sad if you write, then it will take minus negative 0.8. Okay, so this is what polarity we are using here. And negative value indicates like more negative sentiments. Positive value means more positive sentiments. Neutral polarity value around 0 or lower than this. So it gives you that you have a neutral sentiments. So that's it. And here in this text blob library, there is a one attribute like sentiments.polarity, which returns float value here, sentiments polarity. And this sentiments polarity itself returns you a float value. Okay, any other question?